Before a thought appears, your brain has already negotiated what you will notice. Signals rise from the body, patterns stream in from the world, and a prediction leaps ahead to meet them. You don't see reality as it is. You see your brain's best guess. Thoughts ride on those guesses like boats on a current. And by the time you say, "I decided," much of the deciding has already happened in silence. And this is not an accusation. It is an invitation. If the story of "I am the thinker" is thin, then something deeper is available. The brain is a prediction machine, forever minimizing the gap between what it expects and what arrives. It hallucinates a world and corrects that hallucination with each breath of evidence. In that stream, impulses begin before you narrate them. Experiments have shown that neural activity can forecast a choice seconds before the choice reaches the stage of awareness. The mind's author is a late editor. The signature you feel on a thought may not be authorship, but recognition after the fact. And if you are not the lone origin of your thoughts, what else is thinking inside you? Start with culture. Ideas are not neutral passengers. They are replicators competing for attention, memory, and influence. The catchier they are, the more they spread, regardless of whether they are wise or true. Repetition breeds familiarity, and familiarity breeds affection. A slogan you once ignored becomes the line that hums beneath your tongue. A chorus you disliked becomes the song you claim you always loved. Exposure makes possession feel like preference. The borrowed becomes branded as yours. And then comes the crowd. Your nervous system doesn't just read the room, it becomes the room. Emotions synchronize. A handful of heavy posts in your feed can tilt your language towards sorrow or toward joy without your permission. Beliefs and behaviors ripple across networks 3 steps away, carried by norms, imitation, and the hunger to belong. Think of the times you knew the right answer and said the wrong one because everyone else did. It wasn't the truth that changed you, it was the pressure of agreement. We don't only adopt opinions, we adopt the appearance of consensus and then call it our own voice. And even the rails your thoughts run on are borrowed. Language does not simply label reality, it edits it. If you live in a tongue that points north, south, east, and west, your sense of space organizes differently than a language that follows left and right. If your language divides blues into separate kinds, your eye becomes sharper at telling them apart. New words carve new distinctions, and new distinctions open new choices. A vocabulary is a map. The map you carry shapes the land you can see. In your mind is not trapped inside your skull. It extends into your tools and your tribe. The notebook on your desk, the reminders in your phone, the partner who remembers birthdays while you remember passwords, all of them are parts of a thinking system that includes you. Together, you outsource what to remember and retain where to find it. When you trust the search bar to hold the facts, you remember pathways instead of content. This is efficient, but also expensive. When you offload memory to the cloud, you onload the cloud's agenda. The shape of your thought begins to mirror the shape of your tools, and your brain learns by mirroring. Watch an action, and your motor system rehearses it internally. That mirroring helps you absorb skills and empathize with intentions, but it also installs voices. The tone that scolds you at 2 a.m. may be an echo of a parent's fear, a teacher's contempt, a culture's narrow standards. Early relationships write templates inside you. They become inner working models, expectations about love, safety, and worth. Over time, those models speak as if they are your own thoughts. The critic sounds like you. The dread feels like you, but often they are recordings that never got flagged as external. Now add the machines that feed you your next thought. Your attention is valuable, so your feed is engineered to harvest it. Personalization narrows your corridor. Novelty and outrage get boosted because they hold you longer. Stories that are wrong but surprising outrun stories that are slow and true. Click once in 100 and your copies arrive, each one training your neurons by repetition and arousal. Neurons that fire together wire together. What you rehearse, you become. The more a path is walked, the more it feels like the only way through the forest. After a while, The forest is not out there. It is in your head. And below the surface, shortcuts run your judgments. A number you hear at the start of a negotiation can anchor the price you accept. A vivid anecdote can outweigh a mountain of quiet data. The framing of a choice can flip your preference without changing the facts. Subtle cues can prime your behavior while you insist you are unaffected. And the moment you are asked to explain a complex thing you think you understand, the illusion dissolves. You realize you were carrying confidence, not comprehension. Even your certainty can be borrowed. And all of this would be frightening if you were only a mind. You are also a body, and your body writes your thoughts. Every moment, signals from your heart, gut, lungs, and skin stream into the brain, telling it whether you are safe or threatened, open or closed. In threat, perception narrows, options shrink, and thoughts skew toward defense. In safety, perception widens, options multiply, and thought grows creative. Bodily markers guide decisions before words arrive. Your ventral vagus tunes your social engagement. Your microbiome whispers to your mood. Regulate before you ruminate is not a slogan. It is a biology. And there is another layer, quieter and older than any feed. When your mind is left to wander, it begins to stitch a story about you, a continuous narrative built from fragments. A network in your brain hums as the editor of this tale. It is busy, sometimes too busy. It loops rumination and knits old threads into today's fabric. But when you sit in stillness, the editor settles. The hum softens. You see thoughts more as events than as orders. The space between you and them becomes visible. And in that space, something simple and profound can be remembered. And you are not the thinker of thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. Thoughts are weather crossing the sky of your mind. They do not belong to the sky. When you take your seat as the witness, ownership loosens. You can ask, gently and without blame, whose voice is this? Where did it come from? What state of body is writing it now? And then you can choose, not the content of the next thought, but the conditions that will shape what appears. And begin with a brief fast from noise. For a day or two, borrow nothing. No feeds, no headlines. Walk, breathe, read a book slowly. Let your salience map reset. Then, design an attention diet worthy of your life. Put limits around the infinite scroll. Whitelist the few sources you trust. Turn off notifications that aren't human. Grayscale your screen so it stops shouting for your gaze. Reclaim mornings. 10 minutes of coherent breathing. 20 minutes of stillness, labeling each thought as borrowed or arising and letting both pass. 10 minutes with a pen asking, whose voice is this? When did I first believe it? 10 minutes broadcasting a felt intention before the world starts speaking through you. And in practice thought provenance. When a strong opinion surges, trace it back. Who said it first? When did it take root? What state were you in when you accepted it? Give it a score for borrowedness. Rewrite it in your own words, or return it to sender. Rewire your language. Swap always for often. Everyone for some is for seems. New words make new moves possible. Tune your body first. Long exhale breathing, humming, a splash of cold water on the face. Sunlight, movement. Safety opens creative thought. Threat narrows it. Build an environment that serves your signal. Put the book, the instrument, the notebook in the path of your hand. Put the phone across the room. Take one day each week without inputs and walk until your mind starts to speak softly again. Then curate your human network. Exposure shapes priors. Seek conversations that dissent in good faith. Step out of outrage loops. And before you consume, create. Write a paragraph. Say a prayer. Play a scale. Make something, anything, so your first act each day is transmission, not reception. And none of this is about purity. All thought is recombinant. You are made of borrowed stars and borrowed stories. Sovereignty is not isolation. It is conscious curation. It is remembering that you can set the conditions that shape what appears, and that you can stand in the space that sees it arise. And so pause. Notice the next thought approach like a bird landing and leaving a branch. Ask whose wings carried it, what wind drove it here, and whether it is meant to nest in you. You will discover that borrowed mind is loud, insistent, full of urgency. Your true mind is quiet, spacious, and patient. It waits for you beneath the noise. And for the next 24 hours, borrow nothing. No feeds, no headlines. Just breath, pen, and sky. Let your brain's predictions grow calm. Let your body find safety. Let awareness do the simple, ancient work of noticing without grasping. Then listen for the one line that arrives like clear water. It won't be familiar. It will feel like home. And when it comes, you will know that it is not a thought you found out there. It is a signal you remembered in here.